Welcome to the Diary of a Music Maker. I've been spending this morning writing a review of Distrokid on my blog, on my website, which I actually really like doing. It's funny, it's like I sit there and I go, I don't want to really write a blog, and then I sit down and I'm like, yay, writing, which is actually quite similar to a lot of creative things. You know, I'll come in and be like, I don't want to write any music, and I sit down like, yay, guitar. I mean, I've been doing music professionally for over a decade, and I've been in the music industries, not professionally, but earning money, but as a side hustle, quite side hustle, for over almost 20 years. And I've studied music business. And I think when I'm approaching this stuff, music distribution, royalty collection, mechanicals, publishing, I understand it, but it still makes me nervous. So when I went to start releasing my own music many years ago, I was just sort of encountered this torrent of distribution sites, all claiming to be the best, all claiming to have your interests at heart. Some would take a cut of your royalties, some would get you to pay per release, some were subscription, some would collect social media, some wouldn't. It's just like all of these choices, and I just sort of panicked. Even though I understood it, and I was just like, okay, which one is not taking a cut of my royalties? And I went with Ditto Music. I've had music with them for years. And in that period, Ditto Music stopped releasing instrumental music unofficially. I stopped it through Apple Music, so they don't release instrumental music through Apple Music, which for me is a deal breaker because I'm an instrumental composer. Yeah, I write songs with music and words, but I also the majority of my stuff is instrumental. So I was like, need to find someone else. And again, I went back to that thing of, well, there's a ton of them. There's so many of these distributors that how am I supposed to choose between any of them? I mean, I don't know. So I've been watching this guy called Nick D. He's a rapper. He has this Friday for Artists, FRDI for Artists YouTube channel and a podcast and stuff. And I just really like his approach. He talks about Distrokid a lot, and loads of people talk about Distrokid because, you know, if you refer them, you get a cut. Which reminds me, go down there and click on the distributor. You can if you want. And yes, I will get a little cut. But anyway. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll give Distrokid a shot. And you load up Distrokid and you go, this interface is a bit, early HTML, and that kind of put me off because I'm a bit of a design, I wouldn't say design nerd because that makes me sound like I analyse designs, but I like attractive design, You go, okay, well, Apple, their design is excellent. And that's one of their things as part of their brand is this sleek, beautiful design. But I'm also aware that sometimes the design can be hiding other stuff. So I thought, okay, let's go with Distrokid. I loaded up music, and before I realised it, I'd load it up. It was really easy to do. You go to their website, and I've got a video somewhere on my channel, or my YouTube channel, is a video of me uploading a single. So you can watch that if you would like. I'm not going to do it now because I've done it already. And it's really straightforward. It's just like clicking boxes. There's no language that makes you suddenly worry that you're going to, accidentally publish someone else's music, or there's no language that makes it seem confusing. It's all really straightforward. And before you realise it, you've uploaded your music, you've uploaded artwork, and you've had it approved, it's sent to the stores, and you can get access to your Spotify for Artists account so quickly. In the space that I did that with Distrokid, new artist, new album, released, approved, in the stores, I had my artist's account on Spotify verified, and I was accessing it. Another distributor, it was Ditto Music, had still not approved one of my releases in that entire space. In fact, it took them a couple of weeks to approve the release, and they didn't approve it in the end because it was instrumental music again, and I made that mistake. So that's one of my favourite things about Distrokid is how quick and easy it is. Now if we get to the stuff, that's one thing, isn't it? It's the ease of use. You go, okay, yeah, the pricing, ooh, that looks really cheap. What is it? $2 a month or something? It's crazy what you can get. I have loads of artists because producing music is my passion and my job. So I produce a ton of artists in different genres as you know, because you're listening to this, mostly for the fun. Because I don't really, I'll be honest, I don't earn much from them. And some of them, I earn nothing from them, but it's the process and the fun of making the music that I like. So I need to have the ability to release lots of artists. Now Distrokid's got this sort of, you can release 5, and then it's 10, and then it's 20. I've got 20 artists on Distrokid, and by the time I hit 20, it was like jump up to 50 artists. I was like, well, can I not just add one more and pay an extra, whatever it is, $10 a month? Or $10 a year, I think it is. No, it just jumps up to 50. So for me, that was like, okay, that's annoying. So I've had to branch out. I actually have my music on currently 5 different distributors. So I feel like I've got a good feel of what works for me and what doesn't. And that aspect annoyed me somewhat. Yeah, I understand it because, I mean, who's going to have 20 artists? A label. A label will probably want to have 50 artists anyway. So I get it. But it was just like, yeah, that's annoying. The rest of the pricing is like, you go in and it seems really competitive. It's really cheap. You go, well, okay, yeah, for what, $10 a year, I can have my music, $50 a year, I can have my music out there and doing stuff. But what they have is they actually have loads of added extras on there. So let me just go to the website here. Upload music. Just because I want to kind of show you, or at least tell you, maybe if I can be bothered to edit the computer in here. So you pay extra for the social media pack, so they collect on YouTube and stuff, which is often included in other distributors. It's got a discovery pack, which, adding your stuff to SoundScan and GraceNote. Okay, again, it's another per year cost. It's another subscription, and I'm already paying a subscription. And then there's Store Maximizer, which is some new single, so it just tells you when it's added to a new service. Again, a per year thing. Which most other distributors, you just check a box that says add them to new ones. They're part of the price. Leave a legacy, so that means that it's one-time fee. It stays up forever. Okay, a one-time fee I can get behind. And then there's video distribution and loudness normalization, which I quite like, the loudness normalization. But it's all these other extras that are sort of annual things. And like I said, I released 15 albums in the last sort of 3 months. And had I done the $4.99 per year plus the discovery pack plus I'd be quickly going into the hundreds of dollars on top of the hundreds of dollars. So this stuff I go, I get that. It's like when you go to the App Store and you download a free app and you're like, yeah, this app's free, and you go in and you've got only limited usage, but there's in-app purchases. So that frustrates me. Another thing that frustrates me is the stats. Similar to the kind of overall website build, it feels a bit clunky. Yeah, you get the bar chart where it's like, there's my stuff, there's the numbers that matter, and yeah, I can get access to Spotify, and you can sort of select the album, select iTunes, Spotify, Apple, but it just feels a bit clunky. And like I said, because I've got a lot of artists not really doing much, if I did want to look into it, again, having access to other stats in other distributors, I go, okay, this isn't brilliant reporting. It gives me the big number, but to get the little numbers, it just gets... And yes, they give you, like, they've got this funny thing where it's like, show me the micro details or whatever. So you can go super detailed, but it just feels a bit clunky. And the same with royalty payments. So I feel like the reporting here and the data could be more refined. That's kind of my feelings about this, because if you think about YouTube, where the monetization on YouTube is very confusing, because you've got the sound recording, you've got the ads, you've got the publishing, you've got user generated, you've got all these things that you have to chase on YouTube, and that's why there's other people using the content ID system and for you. But the analytics on YouTube are fantastic. And I feel like Distrokid and actually some other distributors could learn from YouTube's data reporting. My general thought is, if you want to get your music out there quickly, easily, with very little fuss, and to be honest with you, a very little fee, then Distrokid's great. For me, with my label, my own label, Prin Music, I've got, I don't know, currently 30 artists plus. I'm not sure this is the right fit for me, but that doesn't mean it's not the right fit for you. And that's the difficult thing. I've had to kind of try out all these different services, Ditto, Distro, CD Baby, I can't remember what the other names of the other ones are. I've had to try them out and suck it and see, I guess, just find out what works. If you just want to get your music out there, great. And I think, I'd like to have more, as I am kind of starting to run my own label of my back catalogue, it's a bit like I want to be able to have more control over the reporting, which is important, understanding publishing, who's publishing your stuff. And all of that stuff feels very confusing and very like, wait, what? So you collect one half of your money from your distributor and another half from a publisher? What? Well, where do I get publishers? And then there's this whole kettle of fish, which this stuff, I think, unfortunately capitalizes on. There are some great podcasts out there. Ari's Take has got a podcast. I think it's the New Music Business, and there's the I never remember the name of it because it's really long. It's like how to make it in the new music industry, and I forget her name, and I'm sorry, she's great. Those two podcasts really kind of clarify the music business and how you can use this stuff to get further and progress your career and your business of music. And I feel like this Distrokid is a nice, easy, open door into that world.